Good Monday morning from the office. I am your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. You know, I tell you what, this Cole is a director, a producer. I tell you, he's coming right along. I know when 30 seconds before airtime, so I want you to know if we go live and I'm not ready, it's definitely not his fault because he lets me know everything going on right to the beginning of the show, through the commercials. I want to thank Cole for him directing me. Somebody has to, right? Somebody has to. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching North Georgia's only live online morning show on FYNTV.com. That's FYNTV.com. And if you would like to text, I want to get that started first and foremost. We have a 2-hour show here today from 8 to 10, and then at 10 o'clock, George is going to come in and give you his opinion for an hour from 10 to 11. If you would like to text me on some of the questions I put on Facebook, if you go on Facebook, find us on Facebook, I posed some questions this morning. I'd like to know what you think. I will get to those in just a minute. But I'd like to know 706-889-9700. That's 706-889-9700. And then also you can email me at chief@fetchernews.com. I'd like to hear from you today. Early voting now are for our national viewers. Stay with us here because there's something I want to talk about during this. Early voting in Georgia starts today. Today is early voting. This morning you can go vote for Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, or Gary Johnson on the ballot, or other. You can write somebody in. So those are your choices as you go for early voting. Your early voting, just to be clear, in the state of Georgia, your precincts are not open. You have to go to wherever your election office is. Most of the time, I do know right on the outside of the Gilmer County Courthouse, it's on the outside. You can enter from the street there, the election office. It's inside on the third floor, I think it is, in the Fannin County Courthouse, and I forget exactly where it's at in the courthouse at Pickens. But you go to your election office, and it's generally in your courthouse, or right there at your courthouse is the election office. So today, early voting starts in Georgia. Now, I'd like to caution you on a couple things. There's a lot of things we have to go through today, but I'd like to caution you on just a couple things, and that being the early voting propaganda that will come out. Please, folks, relax, okay? They're going to tell you that that early voting, here's what's going on. Now, you have the faithful, okay, that no matter what happens on both sides of the coin, Hillary's side of the coin or Donald Trump's side of the coin, okay, you have the faithful that no matter what happens, they're going to vote for their candidate. Nothing can be released on Hillary Clinton 3 days before election that will get some people not to vote for her. It's not going to happen, okay? And that's the same with Donald Trump. So the Democrat machine pushes their people in states that have to record their party. Now, if you're in a state, now be careful with this, because if you're in a state that you do not have to register by party, that it's an open state, you won't hear as much of this rhetoric as you do in states that you have to register party affiliation. The reason being is, if you're in a state that you have to register party affiliation, okay, when you go pull your ballot, it shows you're pulling a Democrat, you're a Democrat. In the state of Georgia, they could tell if you vote and how you vote, but just because you went to vote, they can't say, well, there's more Democrats that voted. Now, be careful of early election results coming from early voting. Do not fall for it, okay? The media this week is doing, I told you last week was the funeral, okay? Now, excuse me, last week was the funeral for Donald Trump's campaign. This week is post-Trump, the loss. This, I'm serious. What will Donald do after the election, post-Trump? Okay, watch and see. This week will be post-election Trump. Okay, the funeral was last week, all right? So be careful of the early data. What the DNC does is they send out, and what Robbie Mook will do, Mook, it's like, I like bug, Robbie Mook, okay? Which, yes, we'll get to the WikiLeaks emails. I just want to warn you about all this early voting data. The fix is in. It is a rigged election, okay? It is rigged, it's rigged, okay? They're determined this week to start, most states that have early election voting, well, all the states that have early voting has started in the last week to 10 days, and most of them, the last ones are starting now, Georgia being today. Robbie Mook, the DNC, have sent out their faithful email saying, go vote now. Go vote now, ASAP. Because if you vote now, you're pulling a Democrat ballot. Now, see, they don't know how many of those Democrat ballots that have been pulled have voted Republican, so they do not know what that vote is. Don't believe any news cycle that comes out to tell you what the early voting count is. Absolutely not. They do not know. I have been to the courthouse in your precinct that will count the early voting the day of the election. That night, the early voting will be opened up and counted. And not until then, unless it's rigged. Do not believe that. Now let me move on by that and let me just explain one more thing. What the DNC has done, and Robbie Mook and Hillary Clinton and all of her cronies and her corruption and everything they got going on, they have sent every Democrat a message, because they're on a list. Go vote now. Because if you vote right this minute, and we can start reporting this week that record numbers of Democrats are showing up over Republicans at the polls, we may be able to suppress another 3 or 4% of Republicans that say, there's no use to go vote. Trust me, that's what they're trying to do. Now, Republicans, on the other hand, are more of a habit of going on election day. If you ask Republicans, still the largest amount of Republicans will say, I vote on election day. That's what I believe in. I've always voted on election day. I go vote on election day. So don't get nervous over the early propaganda that the media will use as actual news. They will call it news. We're finding out. I have known this all along. Many of you out there have known this all along. We're finding out now. A lot of Americans are not fooled by what the media is calling news. So I just wanted to tell you, early voting starts today. Do not. Now, what does that mean? That means you have to get on your email chain. You have to get on your complete email list, okay? You've got to go on Facebook. You've got to go on Twitter. You've got to call your uncles, your aunts, your nieces, your nephews, your grandchildren and say, don't believe that. This is what's really happening. Don't sit home. Go vote. They're trying to make you believe that the Democrats are coming out in record numbers. It's not true. Because when you walk in a state that you have to identify your party affiliation, they check off that the Democrat came and pulled their ballot. But they do not know how that Democrat voted. So don't fall for that, okay, folks? Do not. Okay, Molotov cocktails. Thrown right through the window of a campaign headquarters in a county in North Carolina. Molotov cocktail. And wasn't it just Krauthammer just the other day that said that by Donald Trump saying that Hillary Clinton should go to jail makes us the equivalent of a third world country. No, we're not. We have a mullet, and don't fall for the Nazi, all right? Don't fall for the SWAT sticker on the wall or whatever, or Nazis saying they're telling Donald Trump's camp. Don't fall for that. That is definitely in North Carolina. The destructive, see, Republicans do not believe in destruction. They do not believe in fighting with them, but the left believes in violence. Ask Bill Ayers. Ask Bill Ayers, when it's time to throw a bomb, you just throw a bomb. Bill Ayers. That's Bill Ayers style. Okay, Bill Ayers. All right. Starts today, October 17th, early voting in Florida. Now, you have a couple things on the ballot this morning. If you're in the state of Georgia, you have proposed Constitution Amendment 1. Now, folks, please, this is something it's unusual for me to say. Do not go to vote today in Georgia, in the state of Georgia, if you are 100% that you're voting for a presidential candidate, one being on the ballot, okay, but you are not really familiar with the proposed constitutional amendments, do not, I repeat, go vote today. Do not get so excited it's October 17th in Georgia and run to the polls, your courthouse, and vote. So you've been waiting this long to vote for Donald Trump, one or two of you, Hillary Clinton maybe, Gary Johnson, McMitchin, or whatever his name is out in the Mormon. I'm going to talk about that later out in Utah. You have been itching to get out there and cast that vote because you are upset and you're going to take America back, make America great again. In the state of Georgia, please do not go vote today if you do not understand the constitutional proposed amendments on the ballot. Now, you have Constitutional Proposed Amendment 1. Amendment 1 provides greater flexibility and state accountability to fix failing schools through increasing community involvement. Folks, when you go vote, think of how many times you went and voted for a constitutional amendment and the language was this long on there, explaining the whole amendment. Or you go vote for a SPLOST, or you go vote for anything that is a referendum on your ballot. The language, look how long the language is. This is one of the biggest state government takeovers of schools. Now, I am not at this time am I telling you to vote yes or no. But I think it is very interesting why the language is only positive and only, let's see, the language has a sentence. It's a sentence. Here, that's it. One of the biggest government takeovers in one sentence. Provides greater flexibility and state accountability to fix failing schools through increasing community involvement. That is the bold. Senate Resolution number 287. Okay, it tells you, you can look it up if you want, and I suggest. But here's the sentence. Shall the Constitution be amended? This is what you're being asked today on the ballot in Georgia. Should the Constitution of Georgia be amended to allow the state to intervene in chronically failing public schools in order to improve student performance? Just intervene. You're just going to go to the meeting and say, hey, we're intervening. No, I'm telling you right now, that's the sentence. Shall the Constitution of Georgia be amended to allow the state to intervene in chronically failing public schools in order to improve student performance? How could you say no to that? I mean, it's for the children. How can you say no to that? It's for the children. You can't say no. My God, it's for the children. Chronically failing. That's it. You're asked to make a multi-million-dollar decision. You're asked to allow the governor of the state of Georgia to take over failing schools up to 100 at a time. You're being asked to allow them to appoint a opportunity school improvement zone superintendent of schools. Now, if some of you out there are happy with them, but if you're concerned on the amount of appointments that Governor Deal has been able to make and the amount of appointments that he has been able to make to, one, alter Georgia state government in a direction that maybe he thinks it should go, and maybe you do too, then this is another one. This will allow. Here's what I hear all the time. Well, let me get this clear. This won't be under Governor Deal's administration. It won't. That's what I hear. That by time this goes in effect and the Constitution's amended, the next governor of the state of Georgia will be the one that this will really affect. Him or her will be able to use. Okay, that's what I hear all the time. So why are people thinking that Nathan Deal wants to take over the schools? No, I don't make that argument. The thing I bring to you this morning is the amount of appointments that will be made in this, that Governor Nathan Deal will have another list of appointments he will be allowed to make to run this. Okay? So, there you go. While I'm on that, I haven't said this in a long time because my goal is to never really get involved in elections, because I see the media swaying election with just guesswork, and they've got nothing else to do. And I am one of the biggest critics that coming in here of the propaganda roundtables on Sunday morning that take place. I'm one of your biggest critics on those. So I'm cautious to do this. I haven't done this in a long time, but I think I should throw it out again. I ran into a guy Friday night at the football game, won't say who, won't say where. We're standing on the sideline. This gentleman's in position to know some things that are going on down at the Capitol, has his ear to the floor, I will go that far, of what's happening at the Capitol. Former elected official, I'm going to go that far. I keep going, but I'm not telling you who. Anyhow, I am telling you the appointments. You just got Carr. Is it Chris Carr, the director of he's the director of economic development in the state of Georgia. He just reenacted his law license. I mean, he is an attorney, but he had to reenact his law license, okay, in the state of Georgia here just last week, so he could be appointed Attorney General of the state of Georgia. So whether you like it or not, okay. Now, he used to be Johnny Isakson's chief of staff. Just saying, that's how it works. Just saying. You never know. I mean, one day you're chief of staff Johnny Isakson, the next day you're the economic development director in the state of Georgia, and the next day you're the attorney general in Georgia. No election held. You're just appointed. Next thing you know, right? And you have one of the biggest battles going on with the water wars battle between Florida, Alabama, and Georgia. And this is the Attorney General that will oversee that, because, yes, Sam Olens, Attorney General Sam Olens, is now president appointed to Kennesaw State University by the Board of Regents. Georgia is one hell of an appointment state. I mean, if you want to get appointed to something, you come to Georgia. I'm just saying. Just saying, folks. I mean, we'll appoint you in a heartbeat. Okay, now, all that being said, I predict this morning. Now, I had to adjust my prediction because I did not think he would run. I do not get, I don't get it wrong. I just have to make adjustments every once in a while to my prediction. But I predict this morning that Johnny Isakson will not be your next senator from Georgia. I got to go out there with that. since it is election day in Georgia and early voting starts, I'm not endorsing any candidate. If you watch this show every single day, you are not hearing me discuss. You're not hearing me discuss the Senate race in Georgia. I mean, Barksdale, is that his name? The guy with the cap, and he was a major capitalist, made big money. He's got enough money to put his own money into the campaign to run a Senate campaign, but he's a socialist. But he used the capitalist system to make money, and now he's a socialist, so I haven't gotten involved. Johnny Isakson is limping around as a conservative. No pun intended, that was not a health, you got to be careful, politically correct. That was not a direct shot at his health, but he is limping around as a conservative, considering him a conservative at this time, which we all know is the furthest thing from the truth that Isakson's a conservative. Isakson's a nice guy. We got too many nice guys in Washington, D.C. So Barksdale is not your answer. You have Buckley. Buckley is on the ballot. Alan Buckley. He has called me several times wanting to be on the show. I have not had him on the show because I have not chose to get involved in the Senate campaign in the state of Georgia. But Mr. Buckley, the Libertarian candidate, very nice guy. My prediction to you is Johnny Isakson will not be your next senator from the state of Georgia, not because he will not serve. He will not serve. He will win the election. My prediction this morning, Johnny Isakson will win the election, and he will be sworn in January. And you can't argue with doctors. You got to take doctors' orders. It is known that Isakson is suffering from Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease. We're sorry to hear that. We wish him well. He is a nice man. We wish no harm on anybody, no matter what the candidate is, even Hillary. Ugh, can you see me cringe? I went there. We don't wish no harm. But you can't argue with a doctor. So the doctor will say, this is my prediction, it's right or wrong, I'm going to throw it right out there. So the doctor will say, Johnny cannot serve. We know you want to in your heart, Johnny. We know you want to serve the people of Georgia. We know you have served people, and it's just going to just tear you up not being able to, but you can't serve. So Johnny will go up and he'll make a gallant effort up there in Washington, D.C. to look as though he's serving as your senator. So it might not be on day one, but it won't be within 6 months. I'm going to throw the 6 months out there. I need to put some timetables, line in the sand like Barack Obama in Syria, the red line in the sand. But it won't be 6 months before Johnny Isakson will say, hey, I can't do this. And guess who will appoint your next senator? Georgia's the appointment state. Guess who will appoint your next senator to Washington, D.C.? And it comes with a lot of perks. All the money, everything. Guess who will? Nathan Deal. Governor Nathan Deal will appoint your next senator to Washington, D.C. Now, here's what I'm asking you. Who do you think it is? Now, I've put out there who I think it is. Who do you think, if you agree with me, who do you think Johnny Isakson will appoint as the next, Nathan Deal will appoint as the next senator of the United States of America? I tell you this, okay, that's what I'm thinking for Georgia, all right? United States of America. U.S. Senator, who will he appoint? Let me get a couple things that I'm going to bring in this morning. Now, first of all, yes, WikiLeaks, we have all that. Yes, we have everything that happened this weekend. Yes, we have the debate Wednesday night. Will the fix be in like the first two? We're going to talk about that, okay? My question to you is, where is Waldo? Where is Waldo?
Where's Lonnie?
Right. I mean, it's easier for me to find Lonnie than it is for you to find Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's off the campaign trail. She's home, okay? She's home. And the media will not tell you the truth. Folks, Donald Trump hit the nail on the head in a speech the other day. I think it was in New Hampshire. Okay, he said, I'm sniffling. No, I do not have a cocaine problem. I will accept being drug tested at any time. Won't bother me at all. All right, I will take a drug test. Anyhow, here's the thing, okay? Hillary Clinton is home studying for the third debate. Now, if you know everything, if the media is correct that she is the most experienced, most knowledgeable, most prepared, most qualified. I mean, Hillary got most in front of her name on about 12 different things according to the media, okay? Except most corrupt ever, okay? But if you're all of these things Donald said, what are you studying for? I mean, you should just be able to rattle it out. I mean, I study stuff all the time that I don't have to prepare. I could go right now and just discuss it because I study it all the time, right? And you do too out there. So what is she preparing for? Okay. I will tell you what she's preparing for. They are going through every one of these leaks. Do you understand in the last 2 debates that every single thing that comes out of Hillary Clinton's mouth is legalese because Hillary can't continue. She has to have a legal answer to everything because it's possible that these answers will be on record. Now, let me tell you, Hillary Clinton's running the Keep Me Out of Jail campaign, and so are her friends, because the whole list is on here. Podesta's on here. Obama's on here. The President of the United States is on here. The whole list. Uma, Cheryl Mills, Robbie Mook. He's on here. They're all on there. So every single answer Hillary gives in that debate has to be legally tested. It has to be run by her attorneys. Donald Trump, on the other hand, he doesn't have, I will venture to say, if somebody would watch the house in Chappaquiddick, is that where it's at in New York? If somebody would watch that house, the Amityville Horror, it's probably in Amityville, New York, anyhow, Chappaquiddick, right, her house. If somebody would watch that house, there's teams of lawyers in there. And they ask her a question, she answers it. No, you can't say that. No, you can't say that. You need to be prepared with that. You need to be careful with that. I think I would direct it this way. Okay, I guarantee you, no lawyers. Trump, well, they're all lawyers anyway, but Trump's debate team, no, they're not in there saying, oh, here's the legal answer. See, legally, you should not say she could go to jail. Legally, you should not say you'll appoint. No, just boom. This is what Donald's going to say to these questions and the emails. She is in there scouring over these emails, scouring over what they could bring up, and figuring out how to legally answer the questions that won't come back to haunt her if, by accident, Donald Trump gets elected. But anyhow, okay, where is Waldo? She's studying for the debate. Now, I agree with this. You might think I'm out there in left field. Very seldom do I play left field. But you might think I'm out there in left field, okay? I'm telling you now. I think they should drug test both of them. I'm serious. Hillary's up there getting her vitamin B shots, her vitamin shots, she gets all pumped up so she can come out and stand. She's been doing 1,500 at the most rallies, 1,500, and they're all bussed in, they're all booked ahead of time, they're all set up, nobody is in there that shouldn't be in there, 1,500. They keep telling you about the 15,000 at Ohio State. Those were the kids crossing the campus. I'm serious. They won't tell you that. It was at Ohio State. And most of those professors will give you credit if you attend that. Find out. I'm telling you right now. You're right. Chappaquiddick is where, Chappaquiddick isn't that where Ted Kennedy killed that woman? I'm sorry, I got that wrong. Ted Kennedy killed that woman in Chappaquiddick. I mean, they just killing and robbing and stealing everywhere. I can't keep track of what town they're in with all this thievery the Democrats have going on through history. Look, I got to make this quick. I appreciate the correction there. Anyhow, where was I at? Drug testing, right? Or, the 15,000 Ohio State. Do you not realize, folks, the reason they're not bragging about that is professors give the kids credit for attending when candidates go to your school, you can get credit for attending that Okay, so seriously, so they won't talk about it. 1,500, she's getting 1,500 in these things, right? 1,500 is the tops. Trump's getting 7,000. Where is Waldo? Where is she at? I think they should drug test both of them. I mean, why shouldn't he? The media's making fun of this, but Howard Dean, they have actually had doctors analyze Trump in the last 2 debates and give you all the indicators that Trump has a cocaine problem. All the indicators, right? Serious. Howard Dean came out, says he's a doctor, exemplifies all the signs of someone that has a cocaine addiction. Right, that's been out there. So let's just Donald says let's drug test. Hey, right before we go on stage, I'm your host. Look, here's a couple things. You're going to want to stay with me on this because I want to say, will the next election, now I'm going to lose 5 polling points on this. I'm always up for losing polling points. But is the next election going to be women's fault? And that's where it's been put. The women, is it going to be their fault the next 4 years? I don't think they want that. I'm going to talk about women. Yes, I'm going to talk about women as soon as we return. So get your wife, your girlfriend, your daughters, your granddaughters, whatever, to the TV, because I'm going to talk about women, and I will probably go down 5 to 7 points, but we're going to bring it up. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. Take us a break, Cole.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did
It's
you...
not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
And we're back. You're watching FYNTV.com. That's FYNTV.com. Tell your friends, tell your family, FYNTV.com. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show, 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchernews.com. Cole's got an eye on the text over there if you want to send me a text. We are trying to get a caller. We can't confirm our caller because actually Republicans, a lot of them working, small business owners, so sometimes we can't get them on the line. Real quick note, okay? Now, before, you're wondering why the American people have caught on, okay? Now, I'm going to say some things, and let's see how I put this. Women are being used, assaulted, insulted, all the above. And it's not by Donald Trump, it's by Hillary Clinton campaign. Now, I don't know how you kindly articulate this if you're Donald Trump, because I'm the unofficial Donald Trump campaign advisor. I am BKP advising DJT, okay? So, but what Hillary Clinton is doing with all of these leaked 9 women, and I think Miss Piggy came forward this morning, okay? 10 women that, you know, Donald Trump tried to kiss them, okay? And I like what Trump said. He had a rally. I got to admit this. Now, come on. Women, quit testing. Hillary Clinton and Democrats, quit testing the intelligence of women. Women are not stupid. Please quit calling women stupid, okay? If a woman reads, now this is where, you know, I'm treading on some real thin ice here. If a woman reads an account that Donald Trump you know, attacked a woman by touching her inappropriately, and then says this lasted 15, 20 minutes or whatever, okay, 30 minutes, 15. You read the account, right? 15 minutes. I like what Trump said at the rally. He says, the person, the accuser says, I inappropriately touched them and it lasted for about 15 minutes. Just saying. Just saying. Most wives are out there saying, hey, I wished anything lasts 15 minutes. Okay? How stupid am I? So anything, 15 minutes. And Trump says, look, you in the crowd. He's got 7,000 people. He's got you in the crowd. If I would have touched you inappropriately, it would be 1 minute. Smack, bam. He went New Yorker. I love when he goes New York. He says, if I touch you inappropriately, how long would it take? 1 minute. Boom. You get smacked. Right? Hillary Clinton campaign is testing the intelligence of women. That's just the bottom line. And I'm telling you now, we have the accusers. So Anderson Cooper, which we know, this was all set up last week, okay? With the tape was a setup a week before that. Then we go into the debate, and Anderson Cooper, it wasn't important for Donald Trump to apologize. You sure it never happened? You sure? Because what you don't know, Donald Trump, is we have Gloria Allwright, is that her name? The great delegate to the National Convention. Also, you know, she was a Hillary Clinton delegate to the convention, okay? But we have her, we have others waiting. We already know that we've got several ready to go. And it's like medicine, it's a time-release capsule. They had all these all week long. They made sure, no, let's not go with 9 on Monday. Let's go with 2 Monday, 2 Tuesday, 2 Wednesday. It's a time release capsule is what we want this thing to, we want it to take a whole week. So Anderson Cooper's in the tank. They can't take, here's what they can't take. They can't take the social media that's going on. I mean, there's been more videos where Anderson Cooper's been spanked by Madonna. I'm serious, it's all over. Where he took a good spanking by Madonna. The inappropriate action, women are not that stupid, okay, is all over the internet now of how inappropriate that all of these people are. Michelle Obama is nothing but a phony of her. She was shaken to her core. Women are not this stupid, okay? They are not. Now, let me say this. Let me say this. I'm going to say, I was at now in North Georgia, I gotta see how I put this. In North Georgia, obviously, we're in an area that, yes, counties vote 70%, 70 to 76% Republican, okay? But I spent a lot of time at festivals, okay? Festivals. This past week, 2 weekends, all right? And the Apple Festival, which in Gilmer County, had its second largest day, this is Saturday before last, second largest day ever in history of the Apple Festival. Windy day, but second largest day. I mean, the last 2 weeks, congratulations to the Lions Club, congratulations to Gilmer County Chamber of Commerce, and everybody, all the volunteers, the Boy Scouts, let me just say it all, okay? Congratulations to each and every one of you, all right? So anyhow, I was there and seen, and my wife and I talked about this last night, thousands, I mean like 20,000 in one day came through the Apple Festival. I seen more women wearing Donald Trump. Okay, I have pictures of it. Lisa and I would take pictures all over. She has pictures, okay? I see more women wearing Donald Trump t-shirts. I'm a deplorable. Holding the Donald Trump, church fans, okay, with his face. More women than men. Now, I will tell you this, a little unofficial polling, because all the polling is unofficial right now, no matter what they tell you, okay? A little unofficial polling. I didn't see it so much in women. I see no political, I did not see one, I could have missed it, t-shirt of Hillary Clinton, not one. I did not see one woman walking through the crowd from 20 to 40 wearing a Hillary shirt, I'm with her. I seen 2 women together that said I'm with her, but not wearing the Hillary t-shirt, okay? Seen all that, okay? But that being said, the women I did see wearing the Trump t-shirts and so forth were 50. Oh, God, am I getting in trouble? How do you know? Did you go up and ask them? No. They look to be, oh, hell, I'm going deep now. They look to be 50 and older, and look to be. Oh, my God, I can't believe I said that. Anyhow, and I'm telling you, these women are not dumb. And these women have daughters and granddaughters. And I'm going to tell you, women 50 and older know. They know. And they're going to talk to their daughters, and they're going to talk to their granddaughters. And they're not happy with what Donald Trump said. But they also know they're not stupid. Do you realize the women 50 and older, that is the age group that have fought for their equality in the workplace. Not to be given to them, earned equality in the workplace. All they wanted to do was work hard and get paid well and be equal in the workplace. Those are the people. That group wanted the equality and worked hard for it. Okay? Now, women between 18 and 30, no matter what they say, they don't understand that inequality. They don't understand it. They do not. They can argue all day long and tell you they don't understand that inequality. But women 50 and older truly understand that there were, and still are probably, I don't know that, offices where men got the outside sales job, women didn't. Men got the promotion to manager, women didn't. Men got the sales manager's job, women didn't. There was a time when you heard, well, five of our customers, top customers are men and they play golf. You really want a woman sales manager? I'm serious as can be. Let's get serious with the women vote out there. They're being used, but they're not stupid. And you're not going to tell me that the women in this country are that stupid. I'm sorry, I don't care if I went down 7 points. That they're going to take on the responsibility for putting Hillary Clinton in office. Because if Hillary Clinton gets elected, it will not be because of the Hispanic vote. That's why they've quit talking about it the last 2 weeks. When is the last time you've heard how Donald Trump hates Hispanics? You're hearing it in these sound bites, but as far as forefront of the campaign, okay? You're not. How many of you heard in the last couple of weeks about the black vote? Okay. How many of you seeing Jesse Jackson on TV, Al Sharpton, the Black Lives Matter? You're seeing some sound bites, right? But you're not. If Hillary Clinton gets elected, it will be because of the women in this country in Hillary Clinton's campaign are treating you stupid, and they don't realize that you're not. Because see, if Hillary gets elected, they will. The exit polling, it's going to be enormous. If you think the polling now, the exit polling. Folks, they're going to come out and they're going to say, women put Hillary in office. Women put Hillary in office. Are women of the United States of America prepared to take on the responsibility of the next 4 years that could take place with Hillary Clinton president of the United States? I don't think so, and I'm going to tell you why. 50 and older. Now watch the polls. They will not talk about that. They won't talk about it, okay? But 50 and older is where Donald Trump is doing well with women. Well with women. Check it out. They won't talk about that. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why he's doing well with those women. Because those women would have smacked Donald Trump. If those women could get close to Donald Trump, they might give him a smack. But let me tell you, those women know they're being used. They're not stupid. And they know it's not anything that Hillary Clinton's done over the last 30 years that got them equality that they worked so hard for. And it has nothing to do. And what's going to happen if Hillary Clinton's elected president of the United States? The divide, the gender divide is going to be the worst thing we've ever seen in this country. It's going to be worse than the race relations you see now. I'm your host, BKP. I'm going to come back, give you a couple things. Let me give you a couple things we're going to talk about. Okay? Now, let's see. Russians drunk. They're drunk, drinking vodka because they're so depressed. No, that's Americans now. Okay? That's right. The Great Bear is in hibernation. That's Hillary Clinton. We already talked about the Great Bear. Don't tell anyone, folks. Don't tell anyone. But Joe Biden says we're going to attack Russia. Just keep it between you and I, okay? What the hell? Who the hell are these people? Don't tell anyone. It's going to be swift. They're going to know it. They're going to feel it. It'll be swift at our time. But don't tell anyone. Joe Biden. Who the hell are these people? Yeah. Ooh, wow. Let's see. Saturday Night Live did a hit job on Trump. Has already called Hillary Clinton president of the United States. There was a firebomb Molotov cocktail thrown into a Republican headquarters. Now we have a caller supposed at 9. We're gonna go to commercial. We'll come back. If our caller comes, we're gonna go to commercial, get our audio set. We don't know. We'll let you know. We have a caller supposed to maybe be on by 9. Women, this could be your fault. MSNBC's reporting on WikiLeaks. Nothing on I have an article I want to recommend to everybody. Let's see. It's Donald Trump's fault. Did you know the Molotov cocktail he created the hate and the divide in this country in the last year. So it's his fault that the Molotov cocktail was put in there. Will the fix be in on the third debate? That's what I want to know. The fix was in on the first one and the second one. Chris Wallace and Fox have the third one. What are we watching for this week? What will happen? And will the fix be in on this debate? Okay. The first debate, the fix was in. We'll talk about the fix in on the second. What will be the fix for the third debate? Let's see. Clinton trails Trump on honest and trustworthy, meaning corrupt, in the polling. Sources tell me that these groups that go around in the park to say, are you registered to vote? And you say no, and they say, can we register you to vote? Sources tell me that if you register Republican, they throw those registrations away. So I guess now it's too late to register to vote in most states in the United States except for Florida, because the Democrats, I think, keep telling the judge, oh, we don't have enough yet, give us another day. So we got a judge in Florida that has extended the registration on a daily basis because the DNC is running the Florida voting machine down there. But sources tell me that if you go, one of these people come up to you and you've registered to vote in a state where you have to identify party, that they're only turning in the Clinton, that you're really not registered. Watch how many Republicans go to the polling in some of these states and find out they're not registered to vote and they thought they were. Watch for that one, okay? Let's see. We talked about it. How will, this week is how will. Last week was the funeral. This week is how will Trump concede. Will he concede? How will his concession speech? They're already talking about it. They're talking about post-Donald Trump, okay? What Donald Trump will do after the election. I'm going to tell you what to look for post after the election. Look for a post after the election of what happens to Fox News. Because I say the string, you know that one string that you pull on your suit coat, and the next thing you know, your whole sleeve falls off, and your wife keeps saying, don't pull on that, don't pull on that. Just saying, folks, just saying. Don't, your wife just keeps saying, don't pull that string, don't pull that string. Next thing you know, boom. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom, right? Okay. Watch Fox News after the election. Watch Fox News. Sheriff Clark, it's time to get the pitchforks and the torches out. Oh my God, they're going nuts over there. Sheriff Clark says the corruption's so bad, it's time to get the pitchforks out. It is. It's terrible. It's terrible. Time to get the pitchforks and torches out. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to take a regular length break here. But if our caller calls, we're going to take probably another one to get the audio correct. So we're going to take a break right now, Cole.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. or try my hand at needlework, or open a door for a beautiful woman, or read a human interest story, or make dessert wine, or ride a wild horse, or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the hut.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Folks, I know I've told you that I am the unofficial advisor to the Donald Trump campaign. Donald Trump advisor, I'm unofficial, and BKP advises DJT. And last Thursday night, Mike Pence was at a dinner for the Republican Party, chairman dinner for the Northampton County Republican Party, which my sister Lee Snover is the chairman of the party in Northampton County. It was her chairman party dinner, and Mike Pence was the guest speaker. And let's put up this first picture. Okay, that's my father with his finger in Mike Pence's face. I was like, Dad, come on, man. If you see him there to the right, he's letting Mike Pence know. Right there, cornered him. He's giving him some heavy advice. So I guess I got knocked out. Now who's the next one? There's Jerry. Jerry's giving him some advice. Jerry's got his arm around Mike Pence, and he's giving him some advice. So that's last Thursday night. Good to see everybody. There's 5 or 6 of us. I don't know. I lost count. There's 5 or 6 of us in the house, and everybody giving Mike Pence some advice. So let's go from that. Let's get away. Take those pictures down. Everybody giving advice. Now, the WikiLeaks. You need to understand those emails. It's against the law for you to possess them. And we will let you know, this is what the media tells you. It's against the law for you to possess those emails. And we will let you know what's in those emails if you need to know. It only took 14 seconds. Play that one video for 14 seconds.
Also interesting is, remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us. And in full disclosure, let's take a look at what is in there and what it means. Joining us now, CNC.
Yeah, we'll let you know. We'll let you know. It's against the law if you have the WikiLeaks emails. We will let you know. I have only 2 hours a day, so I don't have the time, but I want to make a suggestion of an article to read. Now, there are several articles out there. We understand from WikiLeaks the Democrats do not like Catholics and their backward thinking, so we understand that. We have heard everything from WikiLeaks emails, from the $1 million that Bill got for his birthday present from Qatar, right? Is that it for $1 million birthday present? It's just coming out left and right. Now, there's one article that I suggest I would like for you to read this morning when you get an opportunity, and it is the National Review. It is a National Review article, and it's the Podesta leaks. Now, the reason I want you to look at the Podesta leaks is John Podesta is at the Center for Progress that he is now, the reason I want you to look at the WikiLeaks, this article, let me get that back up, in National Review. Podesta is a bad person. Soros is a bad person. Podesta has had his hooks in the White House all through the Obama administration. He's had his hooks into the Clinton immediately. Clinton didn't get to pick Podesta. Podesta picked Clinton to be involved. Whoever it is, he's going to run things, okay? So he was in Obama's White House. He's Podesta's in Hillary Clinton's campaign. And I would like to recommend, when you get a chance, Andrew McCarthy's article in National Review, Podesta Leaks the Obama Clinton emails, okay? You have no Department of Justice this morning. You wake up this morning in a country with no department. And this is where I'm going to tell you, women are not that stupid. Women are not this stupid. And I'm sorry to say it like that. I know when we were kids, if we said stupid in our house, my mom, we'd get a smack, okay? Smack, we get abused. People call it abused, but we'd get a smack, okay, if we used the word stupid. So women are being used. Because, see, what I think any woman could read this article and knows this morning that they do not want to be responsible for what Hillary Clinton could do to this country and their children. Okay? They don't want to be responsible for it. And they will be. Women will be responsible for Hillary Clinton getting into the White House if Hillary Clinton has her way and the DNC with using you, okay, using you, all right? You have 94 million, okay, 94 million Americans. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the federal government officially collects employment data either 92 or 93, give or take a million. I'm saying 94. Either 92 or 93 million members of the civilian, non-industrialized population who were age 16 and over were not in the workforce. Folks, in those 94 million, many are women. But the largest number are men. And guess what? Those are some woman's brother, some woman's dad, some woman's uncle, some woman's husband, maybe even some woman's grandfather that can't find a job and is 50 years old. I'm just telling you. 94 million Americans out of work, out of the workforce, not even in it. Okay, women know that. They know. In fact, here's a number that says record number 94,610,000 Americans not in the workforce. That came out October 2nd, 2015. Women know that. You are insulting their intelligence by finding women that groped somebody 30 years, that was groped by Donald Trump 30 years ago for 15 minutes. Donald said, hey, you would have given me a smack just like that. We know, women know, that you have no Justice Department. How stupid do you think women are, Hillary? That they don't know. Yes, they don't like all the talk about Donald Trump groped a woman. They don't like all that. Well, guess what? You know, you have a man that's owned 4 or 5 beauty contests and has been surrounded. He goes to the beauty contest. It's week of, all right? And, you know, he's got 100 beautiful women that say, Mr. Trump. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Women are not this stupid, okay? They know what happened on that, when those 2 planes met in Arizona, where the Department of Justice, Loretta Lynch and Bill Clinton got on her plane, that they didn't talk for 39 minutes about grandchildren and golf. Women are not that stupid, okay? Women are just not going to fall for this. They know they don't have an FBI. You do not have an FBI. I don't have time. Record numbers of FBI. There's an opinion piece by a former FBI agent that's coming out on FetcherNews.com today that you will want to read. It may already be up there. I'll check. All right? Former FBI agent. FBI is on its head right now. They are spinning. There's some great agents in the FBI that are spinning right now and starting to release information saying, hey, this was a fix. She's corrupt. Okay? She should have been indicted. You don't have an FBI. You have Comey, the director of the FBI, corrupt. You have the director of the Department of Justice, corrupt. You have a president of the United States. WikiLeaks, this is all showing up, is corrupt. Okay? Podesta is corrupt. Robbie Mook is corrupt. Cheryl Mills is corrupt. Okay? Uma Abedin is corrupt. We don't have an executive branch. Okay? The corruption has moved over into the Supreme Court of the United States. We don't have time to go for that. All right? Women are just not going to fall for this. Because I'm going to tell you something. You wake up in America. Now, I watched Khrushchev, okay? I watched 1961, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and I watched Khrushchev build a wall between East Berlin and West Berlin yesterday. I watched this thing yesterday. I just had to go back there because I'm really concerned that that kids are headed off to school this morning. Now, at that time, in 1961, Chet Huntley, was that his name? Okay. There was a view of actually getting the news. You actually were getting some news in 1961. And I don't like the fear tactic, but you actually had children in 1961 that were aware of how critical things were in the world and how possible there could be a nuclear attack. A nuclear attack on this country. Okay? Kids actually knew. Folks, you have from the Daily Star on October 17, 2016, Vladimir Putin tells the U.S., if you want war, you will get one everywhere. Vladimir Putin in Russia will not back down as the war drums beat between Moscow and Washington, according to the Russian military experts. The Kremlin and the White House are sitting in a tense standoff as the U.S. Accuses Russia of war crimes over atrocities in Syria. Okay? Now, we have continued to always think of Russia and Eastern Europe there and our European allies, but Russia's asserted themselves right into Syria, right into Iraq, right into Iran. I mean, they have gone after the Arab countries there, and they're right in place with Iran and Syria. And what do they have surrounded? They have Jerusalem surrounded. They have Israel surrounded. They're surrounded. Okay? And Russia's right in there. And you have dumb Joe Biden that says we're going to attack. And it's going to be swift. And they're going to know it. Really? So when Donald Trump gets up and says, we're going to clean house over there. We're going to bomb the hell out of them. We're going to clean house. How are you going to do that? I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to do that. Oh my God, he won't tell us the plan. Won't tell us the plan. How do you plan to do all this, Mr. Trump? I have my top generals. I have my top advisors. We will implement a plan. But I'm not going to tell the enemy the plan. Why not? Joe Biden did. Why not? See, women know that the worst disaster of foreign policy in the last 8 years belonged to Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. How can you not say, do you realize you have troops in Iraq this morning assisting Iraqi troops to try to take back Mosul away from ISIS? Now get your head around this. We had Iraq secured for most. We had Iraq secured. Okay, things were starting to calm down there. We had Mosul in place, right? There is no ISIS at this time. And Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama blow the status of troops agreement. Okay, they blow that agreement. Okay, Bush did have something in place, but a status of forces agreement that Barack Obama could have came right in and Hillary and said, look, we don't want to create this vacuum. We need to have some troops here for a period of time to just help bring this along. But no, they don't do it, and you have ISIS. This morning, 8 years, can you blame George W. Bush? Because God knows I blamed him for a lot of things. This morning, can you blame George W. Bush? Because let me tell you something. ISIS has been created, and we are pushing ISIS out of Mosul today with the help of our troops 8 years later. 8 years later. Folks, it's the most disastrous foreign policy. We're in a mess. The Arab Spring, how did that speech go? Remember the great speech? Didn't he get a Nobel Peace Prize over that? Wonder if they're wanting that Peace Prize back. Because Barack Obama is responsible for no peace. I mean, the only achievement, okay, that you can actually put into the Obama Presidential Library will probably be a Cuban cigar. I'm going to take a brief break and come back. We don't know if we're going to get our caller because, you know, the caller has to work and they're very busy. So we're trying to get our caller in. We'll let you know, but we're going to take a brief break and we'll be right back after these messages.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you. I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
The Chevy Model Year End Clearance event is on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to 16% off MSRP. Our biggest discounts of the summer. Save over $4,100 off a new Chevy Malibu, just $19,500. Huge truck savings too, up to $8,600 off loaded Silverado Crew Cab LT. Now only $33,500. Don't miss the Model Year End Clearance event at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Folks, the reason I am talking about, you're gonna say, and I have a recommendation this morning to read an article. Now, I could go step by step and read this article, but I recommend you read the article in the, trying to pull it up now. I got 20 tabs going. Podesta leaks Obama email, Clinton emails. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Early starting votes today, starts today. Early voting starts today in Georgia. Go to your courthouse. That's where you can vote. I have made a recommendation that if you are so in the tank for your candidate, regardless of who he or she may be, I'm asking you not to go vote if you don't understand the resolutions on the ballot to amend your Constitution. I think you should step back and get some information on that if it's something you're not ready for. With the president's knowledge and involvement in Hillary's private email scheme, it's clear there was never going to be a prosecution. Okay, folks, this is one of them had the nerve to say that this was equal. I think Tim Kaine said that this was equal to the Watergate. People went to prison in Watergate. Tim Kaine. People went to prison during the Watergate fiasco, as we call it. People went to prison. There was never going to be a prosecution. Women are not that dumb. I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it like this. If I lose 7 points, okay, the reason the 50 and older women are, and particularly white women, I guess, are for Trump, that's the demographic, the group, the age that's polling for Trump. They have daughters, they have granddaughters, and they're going to be working harder in the next 3 weeks to make sure their daughters and their granddaughters, okay, and their nieces and nephews, nieces in particularly, are not going to vote for Hillary Clinton. And what they need to do is actually say, we are not that dumb. Don't be used. Don't be used. Sandra Fluck. Don't be used by Hillary Clinton. Do not allow it to happen. Do not allow the Democrats to insult your intelligence. The Democrats are insulting women's intelligence as bad as they are insulting blacks in inner cities and Hispanics in their vote. Absolutely. You might think, well, that's pretty far reach. It's not. It's insulting because there was never going to be a prosecution. And you can't tell women that they're that dumb that they don't understand that, okay? All right? They want the future for their children. Now, let me tell you, the prosecution was never going to happen. We know that. You can read this article, Andrew McCarthy, National Review, the Obama-Clinton emails. Now, MSNBC went with the WikiLeaks emails, but they went with the ones that they felt were meaningless so they can maybe they could get you to say, oh, you're reporting on the WikiLeaks email. They were meaningless emails that they actually reported on. The president was never going to have a prosecution. When Donald Trump says you would be in jail to Hillary Clinton, and I will appoint a special prosecutor to look into your situation, okay? Friends, I'm telling you now that sent shockwaves all the way to Obama's desk. All right? And we need to do anything. Anything. Now, I keep hearing people say, well, Trump says Putin's a great leader, and this is a guy that has killed journalists, killed people that didn't agree with him. Folks, you're just not getting it on MSNBC. You're just not getting it on CBS. You're just not getting it on ABC, CNN, and all the above. But if you think that people aren't losing their life, in fear of losing their life, or been jailed over reporting on these people, you're badly mistaken. So every time you hear an accusation, well, it's something that Donald Trump would side with a man that has killed journalists that didn't believe in him. Oh, folks, you just don't know. You just don't know because they're not bringing it to you. They're not bringing it to you at 6 o'clock on ABC Nightly News. They're not bringing it to you at 7 a.m. on Morning Joe. But there are deaths, incarcerations. Look at the guy that wrote Hillary's America or did the movie. He went to jail. Oh, yeah. It's all the time in this country. It is a scary day in the United States of America when we have no Department of Justice, FBI, Executive Branch, Supreme Court, and House and Senate are totally in disarray, corrupt, and deplorable. Those are where the deplorables are at, okay? That's where you can find your deplorables in this country. And the Russian people may be, I'm not saying they are, but they may be getting more transparency and truth out of their government. Woo, something's bad wrong. Something's bad wrong. Now, Putin is prepared. They're doing the drills. Now, I don't remember this. I do not remember this. I'm not quite old enough, getting there, but not quite old enough, of the drills in school to hide under your desk. Yes. The propaganda media that is rigging this election, that wants to let you know it's about misogyny for 200, Alex. I'll take misogyny for 200. I mean, could you see a Jeopardy lineup? ISIS, Benghazi. Here's the Jeopardy lineup, right? They got categories. ISIS, Benghazi, email scandal, 33 emails, 33,000 or 37,000 emails disappear. Scandal. The list goes on and on. What is it? The gun running down there. The weapons running down there in Fast and Furious. I mean, we forget Eric Holder. My God. The list on, and then the last one is misogyny. Okay. You have all the economy. The economy is in shambles, okay? and then you have misogyny. I'll take misogyny for 400, Alex. You know, Alex Trebek would probably be looking, and this, I'm just making this up, looking like, did you see the other categories? Did you see what you could pick from to ask a question on? You did see that, right? Don't care, Alex. I could care less what Eric Holder did. I could care less about how many illegals are crossing the border. I could care less how many refugees Obama wants to bring in here. I told you I want misogyny for 400. Okay, that's your media, folks. It's crooked. Crooked as could be. So we know that they could be prosecuted, and that sent shockwaves all the way up. Shockwaves right to Obama's desk. That they all, and Trump will prosecute them. Women are not that stupid. They're just not that stupid. Because I'm going to tell you something. I know I'm losing 5 to 7 points. If Hillary Clinton wins on election night, it will not be because Donald Trump could not stay focused on message. I watched a New Hampshire rally the other day. I watched the one in Florida the other day. He had everything right on message. He only rallies, they all do this, okay? See, when Hillary goes out to her 1,500 and says, you know, hey, Donald likes to do this to women and Donald likes to do that, they don't come out. Hillary can't stay on message. If Hillary would stay on health care and Hillary would stay on education and jobs, then she would do better. But she just can't stay on message. Folks, if you will look, first of all, Hillary can do 20 minutes. Okay? Donald Trump does an hour. So he triples the chances of saying something because God knows he's Donald, all right? So Hillary's 20 minutes, Donald's an hour, right? So Hillary, you never hear she goes off message. Nothing about it. I mean, it's the perfect. There's absolutely, this is the perfect 20 minutes. Every time she gets on stage, it's always the perfect 20 minutes. But Donald does an hour. And he does 50 minutes on message and 10 minutes, you know, of getting his 7,000 people show up. Giving them what they want, the people. Give the people what they want. They want to hear Hillary's going to go to jail. They want to hear a special prosecutor. This is the truth. I want her drug tested. Both of them, night before. Show up. They got to weigh in too. Yeah, I want them to weigh in and drug test them. Okay? I don't want a lie detector. I've had that. Hillary could pass a lie detector, folks. Don't get yourself in trouble there. That's if the glove doesn't fit move right there. You do not want Hillary to a lie detector test because she can mess that test up. All right. So you don't want that. But we do want them to weigh in and drug test. Yeah. We should be able to see the results. Okay. Anyhow, women are not that dumb. Now, let me tell you the last thing before I go to my last break, that women are okay. We do not advocate here, and I'm not hearing any of Trump's surrogates advocating, you know, Donald Trump, you know, smooching up on Miss Piggy, okay? We're not advocating that. We're not advocating a little pat on the booty, all right? Because God knows if Hillary Clinton gets elected, women, you are through in the workplace because it will totally separate. You will have men workplaces and women workplaces. You think I'm joking? Because there's no way anybody's going to take a chance. Okay? I mean, when you go, when a woman walks in and sits down and I don't care if I go down 12 points for women today. I'm not running for anything, okay? But a woman walks in, sits down, I call it the beauty parlor still. Is that what it is? Hair fixing place? I don't know what the heck it is because I'm not politically correct. And they sit down and they pop down $120 and they get get it colored and curled and, dyed and fried and laid to the side or whatever they do. Right? I don't know what they do, right? I don't know what they do. And they come out of there. I mean, they're really upset if nobody tells them it looks nice. That's over. You go home on Friday, you go to beauty parlor on Saturday. Beauty parlor, I swear to God, I'm messing up bad, right? But I'm going for it. You go there Saturday, and you go in, and you get your hair colored and you get it cut and you decide to go blonde or you decide to go, God knows I hope you don't go blonde on election day, and you decide to go brunette or red or streaks or whatever, and you come in Monday and you're expecting a man to look at you and say, oh, I noticed you got your hair cut. Oh, hell, that's out the window. No. And the next time you work so hard, because women work harder than men. I'm sorry, I know. I can't go down in the polls with men because I am leading with white, beer-drinking rednecks in the polls. So I can't go down, all right? I could say anything. I won't go down in those polls. I'm like Donald Trump. I can't go down. Women, I'm going down, really. But if you're looking for work, women work a lot harder than men, okay? Men give off their working hard. Women work hard. That's just the truth. That's just a flat out truth, folks. Now let me move past that as I'm getting deeper in trouble. If you think you're going to work that hard and you have some male, supervisor and they're going to say you deserve a pat on the back, oh, hell no. Oh, no. Pat on the back. I mean, misogyny in any way. No misogyny. No misogyny. Won't even have that offered on the ballot, misogyny. I'm telling you, folks, here's the thing. Let me give you the one last thing. I'm telling you, it's over. You will have separated workstations, separated workplaces. You think so? Oh, yeah. Okay, they're going to get their equal, and you're not going to like it. And guess what, women? If she gets elected, it'll be your fault. And as angry as you are this morning at me saying it'll be your fault, they're going to tell the world it's your fault. They're going to say, who did it? Women. Watch that exit polling. Women put Hillary over the top. Oh, they will gleefully do that. There will be more footage. The night Hillary Clinton, if elected, there will be more footage to use than ever before in any kind of election how women put her over the top, okay? And women will have to deal with knowing they're the ones that put her over the top with whatever she hands them. A Supreme Court that takes their guns, an executive order that takes their guns. Oh, that's not a scare tactic, okay? A government that takes your schools, if you think it could be you're like, can it be any worse than it is now? Donald Trump's planning to give your schools back. She will take much more of your schools. Women are not that dumb, I'm telling you. Now, I'm going to give you the last one. I know you've been waiting, I keep saying it. Obamacare is going to collapse. It's going to collapse. It has collapsed. It's just the same media that won't tell you you're on the verge of nuclear war. My God, if they are not going to tell you you're on the verge of nuclear war, except for Joe Biden whispering, psst, hey, we're going to attack them, just don't tell anybody. Are you recording this? That's what Joe, see, they didn't put that on there. They cut that out because Joe said, did you record that? Yeah. If they will not tell you, the same media will not tell you you are on the edge of nuclear war with Russia, do you think they're going to really highlight and tell you you're on the edge of a total healthcare collapse with this Obamacare? I mean, it was reported last week that doctors are going to see exactly what they thought would happen is going to happen, okay? They kicked the can down the road as far as they could with Obamacare. Doctor payments are getting ready to see a big change. I have over 1.4 million have lost their health care, that have lost it. We have exchanges that are pulling out left and right of states that no longer will carry a state, can't afford to do it. I mean, the list is so long we can't read it this morning. But you know who knows more about Obamacare than anybody in the United States of America? Women. Now, you're going to say, this is an awful sexist comment. Well, you know what? It could be sexist. But how can it be sexist if it's the truth? Because let me tell you, last I checked, men say, hey, do we have insurance? I might have to go to the doctor Tuesday. My foot hurts. There's a lot of men in the United States of America that don't know if they have insurance or not. And they ask their wife, Hey, by the way, do we even have any insurance? Or what's our insurance cover? Or do we have a copay? Do we have this and that? Ask a woman. I know you just really got mad, but ask a woman how much their copay has went up. Ask a woman how much it's costing them now to take their children. Ask women how nervous they are about the health care of their children in the next administration and who could fix it. Ask women if they got the letter in the mail saying their provider is no longer going to be in the exchange. Now, let me tell you something. Women know more about what happens with Obamacare than men will ever know. And they're not stupid. And I am tired of them being treated that way. I think it's totally wrong. I think it's hypocritical. I think it's wrong the way Hillary Clinton is trying everything she can to use women, belittle women, talk down to women, and treat women stupid. They're not that stupid, because let me tell you, folks, that's what they're doing now. They know, their internal polling shows, that there's spikes with men exceeding. Their internal polling shows Democrats that voted for Obama last time are moving over to Trump. They know internally. They know Democrat registered male voters, 50 and over, that have seen their factories decimated, have seen their jobs leave, have seen what the EPA's done, has seen what regulations done. Okay? They know. Let me tell you, he's going to win West Virginia, but let me give you a demographic there. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but you put 10 years on my age in West Virginia, just throw 10 years on there. A lot of those people are still Democrats. You may not understand that. I know it deeper. But they're not going to vote for Hillary Clinton. The unions have endorsed Hillary. But those male union workers, Democrats, that usually vote Democrat, they're not going to vote for her. So they're not telling you the demographic of men that are Democrats, that are voting for Donald Trump. They don't want you to know that number. They're afraid of that number, okay? And let me tell you something. When you go look at that polling and you look at the sample, you think they don't know how many of them are in a union and are males? They may tell you that they sampled 40% Republican, 40% Democrat, and 20% independents. They may tell you that. But in that 40% of Democrats, let me tell you, they make sure they know that they're not going to call no Democrats that are white union Democrats that may be concerned about their job and may switch to Donald Trump. I'm just telling you. So they're so afraid of those demographics out there that they don't want to talk about, that women is all they can do for the next 30 days. Now, we don't know what WikiLeaks is going to bring out in the last 3 weeks. We don't know. But don't worry so much about what WikiLeaks is going to bring out in the next 30 days. Worry about, there are 20 days left. Worry about, because it's October 17th, worry about what the Clinton campaign is going to do and what the Democrats are going to do. And you're worried about journalists being killed in Russia? Whew, you better think twice, folks. I'm your host, BKP. I'm going to talk about these debates coming up Wednesday night when we come back and wrap up just a couple more things. You're watching FYNTV.com. And George will be up here at 10 o'clock. Our caller was not able to make it. They actually own a small business, and on a Monday morning, they have to go in and get everything running, so sometimes they're not able to just stop and get on the phone. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back after these messages.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or takeaway.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey in Ellijay.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. It is, we've got about 18 minutes here, and George will be in here, and you want to stay for George from 10 to 11. George will be here with his opinion on what he sees going on in the world and locally in the country, what direction he goes. He'll be here at 10 o'clock for an hour. You're watching FYNTV.com, so if you're looking for your lapel, it's up there on the shelf. If you are, tell your friends. That's how simple it is. Monday through Friday, I'm here at FYNTV.com. And then George 8 to 10 and George is 10 to 11. We are looking for some new programming, so stay with me. I want to talk to you about that. Now, folks, I'm going to ramp up. Women are not that stupid, not that dumb. And I know I went down 12 points. I started out, I'm like the media. I was only going down 4 points within the margin of error, but I think I have gone as low as 12 points. And the reason I've gone this way is because I'm going to be straight with you. No pun intended. You won't be able to tell people. If Hillary's elected, you won't be able to tell people you're going to be straight with them. That can imply something. Oh, no, all gender. I mean, there's stores already saying that they're bag boys. Oh, hell, I call them bag boys. They're bag people, okay? I mean, when I was a kid, it was a bag boy. I mean, you learn to pack groceries, in your uncle's grocery store. Let's make America great again and get the bag boy back, or the bag girl, whatever, okay? That being said, there's stores now that are telling their bag people that, and that's not homeless people. Oh my God, now you can't venture into anything. Okay, but the bag people that they can't say, thank you, sir, have a nice day, sir. I'm serious, there's stores out, this is happening, okay? And the reason I say this is because women are not, and I'm offended that you're treating my wife stupid. Because trust me, God, if you know her, she does her research. Now, there's an opinion piece, and I want you to read this, and this is what I said. You got 50 and over, 50 and over. All right? They don't like what Donald Trump said, but they would have smacked Donald Trump and moved on. All right? 50 and older are polling very high for Donald Trump with women. Okay? It's in the 20 to 40 that are not polling high because they believe Hillary Clinton, is right just because, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, what I told you is these women have daughters and granddaughters and nieces. And here's the advice I have for them this morning. Work hard. Call your daughter today. Daughters. Call your granddaughters. Call your nieces. Okay? Call your sisters and ask your sisters to call. Because women do not want to be responsible for electing Hillary Clinton as President of the United States. And I will tell you, on election night, if she is President of the United States, the exit polling, they will determine that women is who put Hillary Clinton in the White House. Don't wish that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Okay. Now, if you go to FetcherNews.com, there's an opinion section. Go to FetcherNews.com. Go to Gilmer County, Fannin County. We have an opinion section on each one. When you go to the news, scroll over to news. It'll drop down opinion section. I want you to share this. I have gotten several responses. I shared this weekend. There's several that I've sent this. I've got several responses. It's called Never Hillary. And I'm just going to read the beginning. Okay? And I'm not even going to tell you who it's from. You can go look and read. I'm a 67-year-old woman, a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a sister. Is that not what I have told you all morning long? I read this weekend, and I was like, wait a minute. And I listened to the news and how they are talking down to women, and the Democrats are using women and actually mistreating women. Donald Trump's not mistreating women. I'm sorry, yes, the victim. Donald Trump's not mistreating women nowhere near as bad as the DNC or the Hillary Clinton herself, okay? And I thought about this. And then I started looking at some of the polling and what they won't tell you. This is the sentence, and you need to read this. I'm a 67-year-old woman, a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a sister, etc. Now, I'm going to tell you how serious this election is with women. It's so serious, this woman told me how old she was. And that's the first of cardinal sins. You never ask a woman. They don't tell. But that is serious. Send this opinion to everybody. So what I'm telling you is women are not that dumb. They're not going to be treated this way. Call your sisters, call your daughters, call your granddaughters, your nieces, and say, look, if you like Hillary Clinton, whatever, if you plan to vote for her, all I'm asking you is don't be used and be prepared. This is the question I want you to ask every woman, and men can't do this, women. I want you to ask everyone you call, say, are you prepared to take the responsibility of putting Hillary Clinton in the White House knowing what could happen? Are you prepared to actually do that? Because that's who they will say will do that. I have another opinion piece on there I want to share with you real quick. Okay? A second opinion piece, a letter to Comey from a former FBI agent. That's also in the opinion section. I'm actually going to tell you who this is. He has signed it, put his name on it. It's out there. It's out there on the internet. Okay? And this is it was dated September 2nd, 2016. Mr. Comey, Director of Federal Bureau of Investigation. This is how long ago he wrote this, but we just decided to put it out this morning. J. Edgar Hoover Building. He sent it right to him. Okay? And it is signed, sincerely, you, Galen, former agent retired, FBI former agent retired. That is a good letter to Comey. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, before we get to the debates, we got a couple minutes. This past Saturday, I had an opportunity to meet Miss Universe Puerto Rico. is it Gigi Gonzalez? There, you can't see the picture there, but I had an opportunity to meet her, and no, I did not grope her. I did not. I didn't. Never touched her. Never touched her. Don't care what they say. Okay? I had an opportunity to meet Miss Universe Puerto Rico, Gigi Gonzalez, this weekend. Nice lady. She was here for the Apple Festival. What a great weekend in North Georgia. Leaves are turning everywhere. It's beautiful. I drove home yesterday. I told my wife, I said, you know what? Okay, I got a message from our caller. Let me know when another day or time is good. I have a lot of appointments this morning. And I'll tell you who it was now. Lee was going to call. Lee Snover was going to call. She is the chair, and we're going to get tomorrow. So she had an appointment at 9. But Lee Snover is the chairman of the Northampton County Republican Party in Pennsylvania. Her chairman dinner last Thursday night, Mike Pence was the speaker. And I know they have internal polling. They've been working hard. They just got another 2,000 signs in the other day. They're asking for all the help. I know you want to do phone banks, but they say it just doesn't work like feet on the ground. So they're asking for all the help. If you look at the polls in northeast Pennsylvania, that's northeast of Philadelphia, out of that county area, Trump is leading. Stroudsburg area, Wilkesboro, where he had a rally, he is leading in that northeast, and that's where Lee's working hard up there to do that. So we were going to get some internal, we'll get some Pennsylvania internal information for you tomorrow. But the debate, first debate was a setup. We all know that. Media set it up, okay? And we seen that the New York Times had the 1995 tax return paperwork from Trump on Friday. Before Monday's debate, they had that. They did not release it. And then we seen Lester Holt go in and do a hit job on Donald Trump in the first debate. We brought the taxes up, and Hillary was able to say, unbeknownst to her, now Donna Brazile, we find, has shifted questions to Hillary. Nobody else has ever done that, right? We find that Donna Brazile, now the chair of the DNC, shifted questions to Hillary Clinton against Bernie Sanders at that time for CNN. Sent them right over, and the next day the CNN moderator that was handling the town hall asked the question verbatim, right? Is that how you say it? Right to Hillary, so we found that out. So we know that could never happen twice. Lester Holt seemed to open the door to give Hillary a chance to bat the ball back. And Hillary made that statement to Donald about his taxes, and then made the statement, that's if you ever paid any taxes. Okay, look that statement up. That's interesting. She led them to look that week. Okay? She led that, right? So, what happened the next week? Oh, Donald Trump, the New York Times, may not have paid taxes up to 18 years. How did Hillary and Lester, how did they know that? So that was that week after that debate. Now the second debate, Donald Trump clearly wins the second debate, threatens to put her in jail, threatens to get a prosecutor, all the above, okay, special prosecutor. But Anderson Cooper on the tape, the tape, the nasty tape, we'll just call it doing the nasty, or attempting the nasty tape. Anderson Cooper looks at Donald Trump and says, but did you ever do that? You didn't do it then, but have you ever done that to a woman? Okay, because Anderson Cooper knows they got 10 of them in the background ready to go. We're going to hold them back here. Just like the New York Times had it on a Friday before the Monday debate. They had the tax. Anderson Cooper knew when he asked that they had it back here, right? So what's Anderson Cooper? Oh, no. Oh, okay. So like a time release capsule I told you earlier, right after the debate, 2 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, so they could keep the misogyny and Donald Trump, abusing these women all week long on the news, okay? So now Wednesday night, we come to Wednesday night. Now Fox is the fair and balanced, which we've seen. Megyn Kelly is hurting in the polls. Even Rachel Madcow is beating her, right? She's beating her in the polls. Okay? It's pretty bad. Okay, but anyhow, so Fox is supposed to be fair and balanced. Now Fox, Why are they last? And who are the viewers they have most if you look at Fox? The independents, right? Fox has the independents. I'm just telling you. So more independents will probably tune in than ever have, or make their decision Wednesday night if they're undecided, than ever at any time in this election. And Fox has that. And Chris Wallace. So what say you? Do you think Fox will play it right down the foul line? Will they play it right down the line? Will Chris Wallace do the job? Will we be bragging Thursday morning? Or will we be seeing the next setup by Fox News? Because they know that Fox's viewers are the most independent viewers of any in the nation. Because see, here's what I'm going to tell you right now. One of the reasons I dislike Bill O'Reilly, and I do dislike Bill O'Reilly, I do believe there's times when Bill O'Reilly gives you good information, okay? But I do dislike Bill O'Reilly. And I'll tell you, remember when Bill O'Reilly preempted the Republican convention because Barack Obama felt it was the perfect time to try to manipulate the election? And he would do the interview at that time. So Bill and Fox preempt the Republican convention so Obama could do his interview with O'Reilly. And who did it pull? Independents. Bill O'Reilly is responsible for about 5% independent swaying, 5 to 6% of independent swaying in that interview. Because what did Bill O'Reilly do after his two-part interview with Obama? Go look it up yourself, don't take my word. He came on and told the American people, although he disagreed with Obama's policy and what he would do as president, he did disagree in his direction and how he would take the country, but he didn't find him to be a bad guy, didn't find him to be anything evil like everybody was saying. He didn't find him to have anything concerning. He was a good family man. Look it up for yourself, don't take my word. So will Fox be right on that edge again with that 5 or 6% independence? Just saying. Something to watch for. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. You're watching FYNTV.com. Let me tell you, George coming up here at 10 o'clock, but I just want to tell you, if you want to get involved, I am looking for somebody that wants to handle the Georgia State Capitol this year during their legislative session. Okay. If you would like to handle that and have that assignment, the Georgia State Capitol legislative session this year, my number is 706-889-9700 or chief@FetcherNews.com. If you would like to report on court cases going on, we have different judicial districts that we cover between Gilmer, Fannin, and Pickens. Then you have Union Towns and White County, Dawson, Lumpkin, Cherokee County, North Carolina, Murray County. If you would like to do reporting on police and police investigations, drug investigations, court hearings. If you would like to handle that side of some news, get in touch with me at chief@FetcherNews.com or 706-889-9700. Or if you'd like to be a contributor in sports and news reporting, whether it's Board of Education on the sideline or covering your favorite team or covering the Board of Commissioners for any of the counties. One more time, Pickens, Gilmer, Fannin, Union, Towns, White, Lumpkin, I do it by memory, Dawson, Murray County, and Cherokee County, North Carolina. Get in touch with me today. Yes, so much I did not get an opportunity to tell you. So much I did not get a chance to share. But I have asked you today, early voting starts in Georgia. I'm not telling you not to vote, but I'm asking you today, two things. Do not get concerned on all of what they're coming out with early voting polling. They do not know who voted for who, so don't fall for it. I told you that. And second, if you know who you want to vote for President of the United States and nothing will change your mind, but you do not know what the amendments on your Georgia State Constitution mean or what they are, I'm asking you, don't go vote today. Please don't just go say yes on these amendments. We'll talk more about them tomorrow. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, FYNTV.com. George will be here for the next hour, and I will see you in the morning.